Yo, this is Comms Criticisms here. We're here with the cheeky bastard cunt. G'day.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Sweet. And cheeky bastard, a bit of a new MGTOW channel, eh? Feeling you. Not new to MGTOW, but new MGTOW channel, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was looking to doing it for about 2 years.
Sweet. So you've made the move. So, given that, could you maybe talk a bit about how you kind of got into MGTOW stuff and making your content on your channel, which is quite heavily focusing on MGTOW?
Absolutely. I had been studying, I believe, about 9 years, been studying gynocentrism. And when I wanted to make my channel and write some academic works on the subject, I found MGTOW. And they were saying all the things that I had actually, all the observations they had made were all the things I had found out for research. So, that's my focus.
Okay, so you'd sort of known about these things, almost.
Yep.
You were a MGTOW, but you didn't know about the label and the community and stuff, and then you found it.
Absolutely. I was a MGTOW Jedi before I even found MGTOW.
You weren't like Padawan, you're like Knight. Like,
yeah.
Sweet.
No, Master.
Master.
Very strong in the force, yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
So, that's where I come from.
Okay, nice. And then, so what kind of things did you... So it's the academic stuff that kind of got you into making the content, going from, just being interested in it, like, I actually want to make videos about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the potential of MGTOW. I saw the intellectuality of MGTOW, and I saw that they were intelligent men making really rational observations about the world. And they'd done it from a position where they, not academically made. You know what I mean? Like, it sort of came from an academic thing. No, it's just men making observations. And I just thought that without being qualified in it at first, just being an average Joe and making these observations, you have to be a very sensible and intelligent person to do that. And I found that MGTOW, full of intellectual men, love it.
It's very grassroots, eh? And
Absolutely.
Also, I guess, being a MGTOW man, you had an empty basement that you need to utilize as well. And you can put your computer down there and start pumping out content in your basement like the rest of us, eh?
Absolutely. What I had to do really was get my academic stuff into a a style that can be digested on YouTube. That was the hardest thing to do, and what it meant was I had to get software and learn how to use it and that sort of thing, because on YouTube no one's going to listen to something what's at least not entertaining in some sort of form. So I had to do that. That was my biggest hurdle, as I had to go from there to there. Now I do technology design and development, but my original academic focus was psychology, neuroscience, and national security and med science. So
good combo. That's a wombo combo. We call that in gaming, wombo combo.
I wanted to be educated before I actually started opening my mouth. I know that's not the usual way things go, though, especially not on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because of the controversial nature of my work and the fact that, TV is so gynocentric these days, you would have never got heard, you would have never got onto TV, you never got printed in anything, so...
I see. So the YouTube, the alternative media, that's one of the reasons why I think the MGTOW community is probably biggest on YouTube. Easy to get your voice out.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I was really touched the other day. I found a comment that Turfling Monkey had said. He said, he was inspired by my work on MGTOW United, the voice recordings that I did for MGTOW United, and that's what he developed his theory of gynocentrism on top of that. What was really kind of gratifying for some dividends back for doing so much hard ass academic work.
Yeah, the MGTOW community is quite a meritocracy, I think, and that's a good thing. We give credit where credit's due. That's good. Okay,
Absolutely.
then. So, your channel as a whole, or I guess where it's at now, what it's become, what's kind of the concept of your channel then?
The concept of my
What
channel,
is like cheeky bastard?
yeah,
In
exactly.
particular? Yeah.
Well, I started with when I was doing contract work with the government in what we used to call interviewing and interrogation. Basically, what it was reading people's faces to see if they were lying and things like that.
Yeah.
And I used to do that until I got injured. So I had to, reinvent what I was doing. So what I wanted to do for MGTOW was put out academic content out there from an academic source, and then try and make it at least entertaining a little bit. That's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to add, how would you say, a little encouragement for men to be who they are, and let them know that it's fine to be a man, and it's fine to have good and bad attributes of being a man. That's what my channel's about. A little bit of men's rights activism in there as well. I do realise the drawbacks of how effective a men's rights activists are, but I thought no problem. There's no real drawback to supporting them as well, being MGTOW, and supporting, even if it doesn't do anything. In the long run,
I think if you look at
build a better world for men.
Yeah. If you look at the
Building
things
a
that MGTOW are saying in the MRAs, it's a lot of similar stuff. It's just we don't go out into the world and say that and think that it's going to change much, like legally and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're very, very aware of how serious we're taken. And I don't think the MRA are actually that aware of it. And being a lot of tradcons in there, it really does make it hard to be a MGTOW, but they have assimilated a lot of our mannerisms, a lot of the observations. They're all using gynocentrism now. They're using other MGTOW concepts, and they're incorporating them into their mainstream lives and conversations. So I think MGTOW has made one of the greatest contributions to men's lives and the betterment of men's lives, make them feel good about being a man for a change.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So that, yep.
The academic aspect, I mean, you could comment on that a bit quickly. A lot of MGTOWs do use academic stuff, referencing articles and so on. Like I'd say, Thinking Ape or Turtling Monkey is quite science-based.
Yep.
But there is no quote-unquote MGTOW academic presence, right, in academia.
Yes,
there's just bits
absolutely.
and bobs that we can use for our theories, spliced around different places,
Yeah, absolutely. There doesn't seem to be a organisation for it, and that's why CS MGTOW, myself, and a couple other MGTOWs are trying to work towards having how would you say, politically incorrect journal for academic journal, so the people who can't get published because they're not fitting into the right kind of narrative will be able to publish their academic articles. And I believe that MGTOW will be able to use that mechanism as well to get their ideas out there and actually have them taken seriously.
That
And
sounds
that's
like
what
a
it
good
is.
idea, yeah. And I've heard stories of very well respected academics in their own kind of niches, and they've gone a bit MGTOW, they've gone a bit politically correct, saying, oh, well, women don't like STEM field as much because of their brain, and lo and behold, they get the sack, they lose their reputation. So it could be more than just a few basement dwellers who are interested in that. You could get some, some proper guys who would be keen to do that.
What I want to do is actually myself, one of the things I'm pushing for is for people who don't have already an academic degree, but they've done an experiment what is 100% accurate. And in the normal academic world, they would just get snubbed,
Like,
it's real
for
research.
example, Coltrane, his videos are very well researched. Even some of it he's doing now is primary research, primary researchers' own stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. I want to see him and Thinking Ape or Stardust to get, actually printed, in real academic stuff, because they should be taken serious. They have real serious research and evidence that's just not being taken serious. And I understand that system.
Because we have our theories and we have our conclusions, right? And I think a lot of guys or people in general will be thrown off, like, don't get married, don't have relationships, it's so extreme, right? But I think you could listen to some of the things we have to say and the implication it has on society in general without necessarily have to agree with our conclusions, right? You can make your own conclusions, right? Just listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of men that were snubbed by the academic fields that made massive contributions to science just from observation. No academic background at all. Actually, there's one mathematician, a Indian mathematician, became one of the most respected mathematicians of all time, and he didn't even go to school.
True.
And there was it's
different days now, though, man. Yeah.
It certainly is, and especially for the West. There's no reason why men with, a high school degree or whatever, whatever it is in each different country, that can make sensible and experimental observations, and they need to be taken seriously. In the world we live in right now, it's like you sit down in an academic conference and you listen to a 30-minute presentation. Oh, and that's why glaciers are sexist. Everybody applauds, and then the guy walks up on there. He's got 50 degrees, 70 PhDs on top of that, and he goes, well, just for the moment, I want to talk about why men are committing suicide. Boo! He's fucking out of there, and he's never asked back.
Yeah, it's just like that Warren Farrell men's conference where all those protesters there,
It's fucking ass backwards, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So that's definitely perhaps a project you're coming up. That's something you're interested in. It's part of your channel, the academic aspect. So looking into the future, that could be one thing. In terms of maybe like videos, what kind of stuff could people expect? Are you kind of got some aspects, some areas you'd like to explore, given that you've been researching this for a while?
A long time, actually 12 years. So I want to include those. I want to include how we're manipulated academically and in real life, the things that I've seen, because you would not believe some of the things I can't say to you, as far as propaganda and things go. So I want to sort of like legally explore those things without, triggering some intelligence agency or something like that. And it happens. Yeah, you spend 48 hours upside down in a wet cell with a rotting animal corpse, with a recording of a child screaming in the background. Yeah, you like to do that at least 3 or 4 times, do you? But it's not like it doesn't happen. But anyway, getting back to the point is these things need to be explored. And it's got to a point where government is so incredibly corrupt in the West that it's completely put its fingers all the way into the arse of, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all the same thing. All of it there. You need an alternative. And at the moment, YouTube is actually censoring me.
True.
censoring my content, and they're actually anything they can't find something wrong with, they've demonetized. So I can't do stuff in the future, but I'm working for that. But the direction I'm going in is to present academic information in an informative way, interesting way, and explore how our society works, so people are aware of how they are manipulated and how our society has been manipulated, especially by we're actually seeing the symptoms of it now with libertarianism. Well, the extreme libertarian, I'll make that distinction. The feminists and that sort of thing, how they've got into it, and how that actually works, so people can actually work towards changing things, really changing things for the better for men. MGTOW, any men, anywhere, anywhere, and that's my direction. And I like to put out some satire as well.
Yeah.
As you do, and pro-male stuff, make men feel good about themselves, because they should, because they are the mechanisms of society.
Guy power. Yeah.
Well, not just that, they are everything in the world, no matter what it is, only works and happens because of men. It is at the sufferance of men. If you want to understand what that is, you can watch my channel. It's called At the Sufferance of Men. And you understand what I'm talking about there. The men make shit happen. They don't have to pamper the women. They don't have to do it. And that's where gynocentrism has got us. What would you say? What's it called? Learned helplessness. We run around the cage, round and around in circles, with no real idea that we can actually unlock the cage and run away.
It sounds like you've got a good resource there, and your idea of the academic project is sort of like an expansion of your YouTube channel, which is already trying to, I guess, take the academic information and put it in a digestible format, because I know there is a lot of data. It's a world of data these days, right? There's massive, so much data in these journals, but how many everyday people read that? If you took all the data, you could minimize it down to a certain amount that would be relevant to MGTOW, and even then, how many guys would have come across that? So I think that it's a really good resource, for guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of guys out there, as soon as they see even a pie chart, their eyes glaze over. So you will find me putting a few bells and whistles in there to keep you, awake.
Sweet. All right, well,
all right.
It was good to talk with you, and if any of you guys listening out there are interested in checking out Cheeky Bastard, you can look some links in the low bar, links to his channel, and a few videos of his which are quite good to check out.
Thank you very much.
Sweet as, bro.
You're not gonna get away this time, you son of a bitch. Please, don't kill me. I'm not married. My life is awesome.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I